Yo, what's up, cat? How's it going? I was actually pretty excited to get to stream tonight because the story is actually getting kind of interesting. It's been so long since I've done the main story quest of this game that I forgot just how good it can be. So let's just get started with it. It's good to hear that everything's going well for you. All right, let's see what this quest in Stinian has for us. Groping in the dark. That could, be taken one of many ways. And Stinian looks at you with his piercing glaze. Okay, it's getting a little weirder. Divinius, you've come to the 13th before, yes? Alright. But clearly oh yeah, that's right, I have auto advance. Let's turn that off when it's not voiced. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. I seemed to stay dead at the time, yes, yeah, that seems about right. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return. In contravention of the natural order. You remember aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? And it's been a long time, I don't even remember this moment. There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow. But in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct void sense once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet, despite his strengths, Scarmelon, whatever. I'm gonna call him Scar. Scar managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I can bind ether to the souls in crystal. Many wield this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. I see. You think Skull Island is going to win Game of the Year? Man, that game was so bad. I saw some people comparing that game to, King Kong. Yeah, the Kong game, yeah. I saw people comparing that to a King Kong game in 2000 for PS2. And I swear, man, that PS2 game looks so much better than it. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? That name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsents again. Let us entrust the task to Divinius. His echo will help facilitate the communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerning sibling. Oh, I forgot about that Golem game. What a tragedy. Like, just think about the Golem game. Even if that game came out perfect, it's a game about Golem. How successful could that game even be? Personally, I mean, I like Lord of the Rings, the movies. I'm not the biggest fan, but I can't see a Golem game being good at all. Yo, Lightning Shot, welcome to the stream. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terrace to begin with, perhaps. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. Actually, I had a different mount I wanted to put on. Where was it? Here we go. Little Final Fantasy X throwback with Ixion. That was such a cool summon, too. Not much. We just started the quest. A little bit of dialogue that I was reading. That was pretty much it. The Lord of the Ring games that came before Golem were actually really good. I never played any of the... maybe I have. If I did, I think I might have played one, but I can't even remember what it was called. But I think I had a good time with it. But yeah, they were probably good, but I guarantee you what, they weren't about Golem. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Oh, he's actually turning to talk to me. Golbez, you say, my mistress spoke of him. He commands the Archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. It seems the Archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. I still like the design of this guy, this Voidsent here. I wonder if that's like some armor that you can get in the game. Even the sword is pretty cool. Even though it's a little basic. Oops. Mashed through that a little by accident. Probably asking him about Golbez. Golbez, of course I know him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His Archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those who they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you'd better flee. Though soon there will be nowhere to run. It seems the Archfiend keeps only those who are fit for battle. Others must escape or be consumed. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. That's one way to get... I wonder when they eat somebody, if they gain their knowledge and their memories, right? I wonder if that's what he means. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. With his army of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. You would build your army and it had combat like Batman Arkham games. That does sound vaguely familiar, but if I did play it, it was probably like on the PS2 or something. And it must have been a game I rented because I don't have it. I've never sold any of my games, so if I don't have it, I must have rented it or just borrowed it from somebody or something like that. So Oh, it's a game on PS4. Okay, they're definitely not. Must be thinking of something else then. I'd have to look into it. Probably take me some time to find it. Welcome back to Vinias. Were you able to learn aught of value? So countless voids sent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scar's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this side, or on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I'm determined to save my sister Azdaja. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find her. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Get in the way of my world already. If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more of a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something, name it. Well, we know that. If you accompany us, we can offer you protection. I don't think she needs that. These are both bad answers. I guess let's go with the first one. Maybe the second one would have been better. Protection, I have no need of such. I was a prisoner, yes, but only because I couldn't be bothered to resist. I could have easily broken free had I desired to do so. If you're truly such a nameless creature, then you could do worse than to join us. You needn't expend as much energy to defend yourself as you would alone. Trying to be clever, are you? But even if you had a point, your protection isn't enough to persuade me. Very well, Zero, I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in Aether. Or Aether. That's all you had to say, everything else is superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place that Archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I think there was 4 Archfiends. Oh, I wonder if each expansion, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5, it's going to be, what's it called? One Archfiend, per expansion, or not per update, or whatever. I know the latter, I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terrace. Given our numbers, we need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with Aether. Aether, I keep saying Ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. I wonder how much Aether these guys suck up. Oh, great. Who's hiding behind the corner now? Oh, snooping void scent. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. That guy looks pretty sad. Okay. Let's get off of this isle. Make our way to the next one. I still think it's kind of crazy that we're just kind of, just chilling and walking through a dungeon. And it's such a cool dungeon, too. No, I guess they decided to spend a little more time designing the dungeon, considering how much time you were going to spend here. I wonder if we're just going to fly to a new dungeon as well. I imagine we're going to have 3 more aisles to go to deal with the other 3 archfiends. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little aether should suffice. Are you ready? Yep, let's go. Wonder if there's a way for us to come back here. No way for us to teleport.
There it is.
No, now she's providing the aether. Nice. I'm surprised she didn't make us do it.
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
She can talk to them. She must have some deeper connection, I suppose. Now, I wonder what this aether does when we trade it to 0. Is it like money? Is it like food? Does she need it to stay alive or something? Like what? I have no idea. I'm assuming it's kind of like food. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Relics from the past. I wonder if these are enemies we're going to have to kill. Or they're just going to be scared of us like before.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
Oh, look at that. They can even talk. Well, she's immortal as well. That's the same color that your moves have when you're a Reaper.
Will not be harmed. I give you my word.
She's being awfully nice to us for no reason. She wants something from us.
Follow me.
She's just not letting on. Also, oh, this thing is... That pillar is just floating. It's weird. Wonder why all this stuff is floating. Oh, I guess we're done with the quest. Now that I'm actually leveling up my own Reaper, I think we got it to... Yeah, I got it to 82. So pretty close to 90. I wonder if that's some we can get this gear set. If not, the scythe would be nice. That's a pretty cool looking scythe. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. Though they know their place, it's tantalizing aether were to walk by. I cannot guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It is a Voidsent's nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of aether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. No groping in this darkness. Well, that was a pretty quick little quest. 20 minutes. It seems like to be the minimum these quests take. On to the next one. Nowhere to run. Having given you due warning, Zero would leave you to your own devices. No, it's okay. Consider yourself duly warned. If you wish to go among the Voidsents here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn serve Golbez, I do not know. You must ask them yourself. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. Alright. It's so weird. We go from killing all monsters all the time to now, like, just having a chat with them. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I wish only to observe. Do not expect me to help. And it's settled. I'm ready when you are. They sure put a lot of these follow quests in this expansion. I wonder what the gimmick is going to be for the next expansion. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Yeah, this is the standard boilerplate, you know. They're going to follow you and, you know, you can, you know, if for whatever reason you leave and they're not following you anymore, you have to come back to the original place. Well, this must be our house. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation, or meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's aether, you can preserve your form if you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another's soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visually who I am, in a place all my own. Alright, nice little interesting piece of information. Oh, looks like we have 2 of these spots where we can talk to her about something, you know, new and specific. You slept the majority of the day? I went to a cousin's birthday party. It was good. It was food. But you know, it was for kids, you know. So it's not like I had anybody. I mean, obviously there are people there for me to talk to, but you know, in terms of the party itself, you know, it's for children. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. Well, that is interesting. I was curious. Obviously from a forgotten time, before all this happened to this world. Ooh, I wonder if that's the other, I wonder if there's a way for us to get there. Maybe that's the next dungeon we're gonna go to. What did I eat? It was a, they had a lot of, you know, Mexican food, you know. Pretty much, you know, make your own taco kind of thing. And some dessert, you know, at the end. That's pretty much what it was. To walk around with her like that. You're her minion then. You know I don't take minions. He has some questions and I want you to answer them. Golbez? I don't know that one. Only Skathok. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here ever since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Skathach was a powerful voidsent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Well, the party wasn't that interesting to me. I enjoy some good food, so I'll take it. Hungry voidsent. Stay away from me if you don't want to be eaten. Stay away. Golbez. Golbez. I've heard that name before. Ah, I remember. I was speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfalio. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfalio can tell us more. Well, I guess that's who this last person is. Oh, look at this. It's there's a lot of what's crazy is a lot of these characters are like classic Final Fantasy, enemies. There's like the wizard in Final Fantasy 1. I think there's like a lightning, I forget if it's called the lightning wizard. There's a name for it, I forget. You're one of the mortals. Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. So it is. What brings you here then? You know what? I wonder what happens if we die here. We'd probably die forever. Ah yes, Golbez, he seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign he's about to make a move. Satisfied with what you have learned? Ah, but let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Yeah, I don't think any of these guys can take me. It seems the rumored Golbez reach even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathered strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say I wouldn't have guessed that Farfalio once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfalio is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Ciricito. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. And that's how he stays alive, man. You got to adapt. And if that's just running away, that's what it is. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's aether, such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfalio, I presume? Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Sure thing. Every $125 you spend on PlayStation, you get $5 PlayStation credit. Seems like not much. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Oh, look at that. We took one of them down. Now there's only 3.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troya, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. Heavens, oh my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my heart. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Gifted our good, drowned in darkness. As what we all.
And yet Scarmilione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez.
Looks like the wind boss is next.
I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Well, it's a good thing he's gonna ask the wind to do the job first. She's never coming back.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
It's weird. Usually, actually, I forget the order. Because usually in like the original Final Fantasy, I think there's 4 elements. I think you start off with Earth.
My lord,
Fire might be 3rd. I forget the order. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever get that $5 PS credit because I would just never. Usually, when it comes to consoles, I buy physical if I can, and if I can't buy physical, I might just buy it on PC. So I don't have pretty much. I think I might have one game digitally on my my PlayStation account, and then I bought a physical copy of that later. So you remember you watched a lot of Fighting Cowboy for your DS1 playthrough. I like Fighting Cowboy. Got a good Let's Play channel. I think I also watch. There's another one called Grav. That's not his full name. He calls himself Grav, I think. I forget the full name, but he's got a good Dark Souls 1 playthrough. I enjoyed it. Our fellow keeps to the fringes of my domain this way, and I wonder why my bags are always unsorted. Ask about Farfello's hiding place. The void sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please, but all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need aether. Except Farfello and Serato. That is, they are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Cerecito will not seek shelter until he's utterly spent. Farfello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Oh, great. We're going to have to look for him. Hopefully not. Oh, there he is. Not too hard to find. Hey, that's a weird looking dude. Dude's shaking already. No, whatever will I do now? I'm trying to get his name right. Cerato? That might be right. Cerato, this is rather unexpected. Where is Farfello? Farfello. No. And whatever. Farfello. That's not right. I know it's not right. Farfello isn't here anymore. He left. Yes, that's right. Left? That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right. What more do you want from me to say? He's probably that eye that was kind of spying on us in the last place. And off he flees, as he is wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Cerato's behavior? He seemed frightened. Perhaps someone threatened him. Yeah, let's go with that one. I doubt it. Had he been threatened, we wouldn't have found him in one place. No, he would run in circles until he could run no more. That's his nature. As he says, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Cerato, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee but instead hide here, where Farfarello usually. No. We must go after Cerecito now. I feel like every time their name comes up, I pronounce it a different way. Must drive people watching insane. Let's see what's up with this guy. Cerato. We need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises. What is he talking about? After him. Oh, how do you end up? What the hell? Oh, we gotta go. How did he end up there? Let's get on the mount. Hopefully she's still following us on the mount. What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbaricia. Barbaricia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. Oh, even Zero doesn't know who she is. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. What's my favorite game? Oh, that's a tough choice. I suppose it's always changing all the time, right? I guess, I really kind of fell in love with the Dark Souls series. I think I'm going to go with Dark Souls 3. I really like that game. This game itself is not so bad. I mean, I've put more time in this game than any other game I've played in my whole life. That must count for something. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you, Barbariccia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade. But it makes no difference in the end. All are eaten by hero or enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore, that's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was for Farfello, who used to serve an Archfiend. Not you. Not you, who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you are Barbaricia's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Farfello. Well, so maybe he does gain his memories by eating him. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfello? I hope you did, so I don't have to keep pronouncing your name. And not just a portion of his aether, but his entire being. How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than one, as if there was more than you present. Now I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, for if Farfello didn't leave, I ate him. He feared Barbariccia more than anything. He hated the endless fighting, so he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. Oh, so it's painful too. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. Could you imagine? I mean, the only way I can parallel this to something that you might experience in, well, I guess you wouldn't really experience in real life. But could you imagine if one day the apocalypse comes down on Earth and you're forced to fight a war for eternity, angels against demons, right? And I don't know, whatever side you're on, forced to fight for eternity. And when you die, you feel it. And then you're reborn. You have to keep doing it for eternity. That's what this sounds like. Sounds awful. Dark Souls 3 is your favorite of the Souls series? Yeah, I would tend to agree, yeah. I had a good time with Sekiro as well. Bloodborne, also a good game. It's hard to choose, right? When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer. And though you have no control, your consciousness is part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. There's no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfello must have been desperate indeed. And now the desperation has joined with Cerecito's fear, driving him to act erratically. Yeah, Elden Ring might jump up there with the DLCs coming out. The reason I don't like it as much as Dark Souls 3 is because it's too open. And it just seems like much more of a task if I want to replay it. Whereas Dark Souls 3 is more confined. and it doesn't seem so overwhelming if I want to replay it. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten. Neither me nor Farfolio, but there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. I thought I wouldn't have to pronounce his name if after you ate him. Keep talking about him. Then tell me about Barbaricia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here. And no one can escape her wins. No one. Oh, boss time? Actually, this might not be a boss. Maybe it'll just be like a battle, like last time.
Barbaricia! She is come!
She's an island?
And she's brought her domain with her.
Well, cool.
The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
Nope. Looks like it's going to turn into a dungeon.
I can't manage eating and being eaten. Are you never to be left in peace?
You and me both.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you can skip. You don't have to do everything in Elden Ring. And if you know what you're doing, you could just go straight to it.
One of the Archfiend's approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
I wonder what she's gonna. Ooh. Wasn't expecting that. Not as ugly as the other person. Wonder what her name is, if I recognize it. That's a pretty cool looking sword.
Excellent.
Oh, of course, Barbaricia. Yeah, we knew her name already. I don't recognize her name from any other Final Fantasy. Maybe she's a new character.
My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
Oh, look at that dude in the background.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say?
Well, she sure does know some of it.
Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
Spider-Man 2 is getting better the more you play it. The beginning of the game was so mid. But after the beginning it was peak. That's funny, I hear the exact opposite from people. Not that I've heard like many people talk about it, but some people say the beginning is pretty good. I mean, they don't say that after that it's mid, but I've heard people like the beginning. I don't see myself playing it though. I didn't play the first one.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain.
Oh, straight dungeon.
You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
You felt the beginning was so boring. Fun is subjective. But I'm glad the game is getting better for you anyways. I mean, it's an expensive game, $70.
What's the plan then?
Into the dungeon. If we go, we'd be playing into... What a chicken shit answer. Go after Barbaricia. What else?
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared. We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
Hey, thanks for coming to the stream, Cat. I'll see you some other time.
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
Looks like it's going to turn into the same thing as last time. Do the dungeon, and then she's going to help us finish her off.
So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
Oh, I guess she's coming with us. Is this... Oh, yep. Oh, I thought they were going to announce the dungeon. Usually when they pan off to a side like that, they got some dungeon. Well, it must be a part of the next quest. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart still weighs heavy for those Barbaricia struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbaricia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. There is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we don't need any of those anyways, but whatever, we'll just pick one. Probably end up selling it anyways. Okay. Next quest. Hopefully, I think this one's going to turn into a dungeon. Let's see. The wind rises. Zero has a word of warning before you go face Barbaricia. A word of warning. Barbaricia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. I can't wield the power at will. Well then, you had better hope it favors you when the time comes. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Azdaja. If another archfiend were to fall, Golbez will surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed. If our struggles with Scar taught us aught, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we're all in agreement, then let us be off. We travel by Nisrach. Must be this flying mount. Now I wonder if at the end of this long quest line, the post Endwalker, if we can actually get this this dude as a mount.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
I'm a dragoon. Why can't I do that? I don't know how they're flying. I'm sitting there doing nothing, probably. Yep.
Leave these ones to us.
Oh, is this gonna be a one-on-one fight? Definitely not what I was expecting. Ooh, if this is a one-on-one fight, this is gonna be kind of fun. Oh, it's gonna be no, it's not. Oh, it's gonna be a trial. I think that's usually what trials are. Looks like it might be with some real people. Means we're probably gonna have to wait for a queue. Storm's Crown now accessible. I'll probably cut this out in the video. The wait time. Let's see, the Storm's Crown. Let's make sure I don't get the wrong one. I've done that before. And just ended up in some weird place. Okay, what can we do while we wait? I guess we could just take a look, even though a lot of this stuff is probably going to be cut. Looks like a 6-minute wait, though. Look at that, we already got a tank. Although I suppose if we don't wait the whole 6 minutes, I probably won't cut it. I'm so curious as how this queuing system works. Like if later on I want to redo this trial, and I queue up for just this trial, I wonder if I have the same priority as I do now. Because in the future, it'll just be me wanting to do the trial. But right now, I would assume that the game knows that I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of the main story quest. I would think that maybe you get some sort of priority, but who knows? Probably not. Might be a little too sophisticated. What can we do? I mean, technically I could sit here and do some discipline of hand stuff. I probably don't have anything to do anything with. Man, these are such a pain to level up. I want to get one of them to 90. Well, I mean, I technically want to get them all to 90, but it takes forever. It costs so much money too. Or a ton of time. Is that green stuff her hair? Alright, 2 minutes down. I guess we'll just sit here and wait. What else can I do? I mean, I suppose we could leave, because, teleport out, go do something else. Probably need to re-up my retainers. Yep. My retainer's finished. But, yeah, I'm kind of lazy. I would think that after, even if we did warp out, once we finish the trial, I would imagine that we would be teleported back. I still would have enjoyed a one-on-one fight, though. Come on, my fellow warriors of light. What's taking you so long? Ooh, it's kind of hot. Let me see if I can open the window really quick. Of course, it's going to queue as soon as I step away for a second. All right, another minute. Hopefully. Usually it's pretty accurate with the time. But, you know, not always. You know, having, these trials and dungeons in the middle of the main story quest is probably why they did the duty roulette. I bet you the duty roulette is more than likely not just random. It's probably to help fill in the slots for people doing like main story quests and stuff. That probably takes priority. Just so you don't have people, waiting around. All right, coming up on 6 minutes. Probably, usually by now it would have hit. All right, I guess we're waiting. No, we just lost the tank that was in the queue. This might take longer than I thought. I mean, it's not too late. Shouldn't take this long to queue. I mean, usually usually the average wait time is not that far off. I'm kind of surprised. Nope. Looks like it updated the average time to 8 minutes, which is kind of strange considering we're well past 8 minutes. What's the logic on that? Okay, this is gonna turn into some long wait now. I can see it. It's bad when, oh, yep, updated to 11 minutes, even though we're at 11:30. You would think they would at least update to something that's after, or that's, further ahead than the time elapsed. Well, as of now, we're double the recommended, or the average wait time we started off with. I will say this, though, I've never had to wait more than 30 minutes for anything. Within the 30 minutes, right? So, I've never seen 40 minutes, right? But I've seen, a couple minutes after 30. Usually you're busy doing other stuff. So it's not really an issue, but I think getting back to this place might be kind of a pain. So I was like, why bother? Let's just wait it out. Still nothing. Damn. 2 more minutes and we're going to be past triple. That's why I was a big fan of the trust system. It's the trust system is nice because it gives you an opportunity to learn from the NPCs about how the fight should be approached. And you do not have to wait, for stuff like this. But I'm only a fan of it for using the trust system the first time. To learn the fight, or I guess as many times as you need to learn the fight. But to me, it's more important so you don't get stopped during a main story quest and have to wait like 20 minutes or something. So I was like super happy when they brought it, but I guess sometimes I guess it's always for dungeons, right? I don't think I've ever seen it for a trial since there's more people in a trial. Finally. I'm definitely going to cut all that out, as you can see. Oh, where's the time limit? It took like 40 minutes. I guess I'll cut it up until before this pops up, but let's go. That took for freaking ever, man. I don't think I've ever had... I think we had to wait like 40 minutes. Now, let's just watch me get killed. With a fight I don't even know. Hopefully it's not too complicated. Can't believe I had to wait that long. Empress of the Wind, Barbarsi. Great, now I can't even pronounce it.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
Wonder if this fight's gonna be anything like Garuda. Okay, let's just burn her down. Shouldn't be too difficult of a fight. Usually main story quests are not that, or main story fights are not that difficult. That was a close one. I didn't even know what the hell was going on. I got sort of lucky with that one. Is that a Freet? I think that's a summoner. Ooh. Alright, didn't see that one coming. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Man, that's some quick attacks. I'm gonna have to know what the attack is to avoid it. Alright, I'm gonna follow that person before I get myself killed. Yeah, follow the tank. Tank seems to know what they're doing. What's going on? Okay, just some slowed movement, not too big an issue. Alright, let's stack. Uh-oh. The hell is this all about? Where's the tank? Oh, center attack. I guess that was kind of obvious. Oh. Alright, let's just jump. Oh. Alright, we didn't get hit, so that's good. Let's just wait that one out. Don't want to hit too many people with it. Almost halfway. I mean, if nothing changes, it doesn't seem like it's too hard. I mean, I might still end up dying, but we shouldn't wipe.
You've done well to last this long. But the battle has only just begun.
Oh, technically it's about half over, but you know, whatever. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like Bayonetta, you know, using your hair and all that stuff to do all these moves. Okay, what are we doing here? Can we see her? Oh, I probably should be paying attention. You would think not standing directly under it would be the best idea, but it probably doesn't matter. Wherever you're standing, you're probably going to take full damage. I gotta say, I'm enjoying this fight. Pretty cool animated fight. It's just hard enough. I mean, you could make it probably be a little more difficult. Especially once you know what the hell's going on. Still got a stack there. Man, that took forever. I probably don't want to be hit by those things, whatever the hell they are.
Don't underestimate me. Feel my fury. Know your place.
Okay, we're still alive. I take that as a win so far. You know, I never know when to use the limit breaks because there's just so many dungeons, and like I never know if there's like a second part to the fight that I just forgot about. Or especially with new fights, you never know if there's a new fight or you know, a second phase in a new fight. Probably shouldn't stand in front. Not that it probably mattered for that. Not the place for me. Right. No one's using the limit break, but who knows? Maybe there's a reason for it. Not that we need it anyways. Ooh. Oh, I was about to take damage there. Ooh, I can still do attacks when I'm... Oop, that was a mistake. Yeah, let's stay away from that. Alright, the fight's over. Hopefully.
No, I will not be denied.
Yeah, Zero is probably going to have to help us finish her off, though. Alright, after 40 minutes of waiting, finally done with it. Is that Y'shtola? Oh no, it looks just like Y'shtola. Different face, though. Or what she's waiting for. Okay. Now we can finally watch this cutscene. I'm definitely gonna have to cut all that out.
With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet. You're finished.
Oh, nice. We don't even have to wait for her to do it.
Damn it all!
That's 2 down. 2 more to go. Nothing. Just when we needed it to work. Of course, just in time, right?
I see you've bested Barbaricia.
Barbaricia.
Well done.
Yeah, pronouncing her name wrong for sure.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Azhdaya.
Not yet.
So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Well, we can keep it with us. You never know. Maybe something
Our
later.
efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
What's going on with her? Is that what happened when you don't have enough ether? Or aether?
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
What's that gonna do?
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Yeah, I guess she's more generous than I thought. I still think she wants something more from us. I wonder if we're gonna take her with us back to our world. Like we did with Raha. Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern at any rate, being part void sent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. Well, this quest took me forever to do, at least in real time. Probably won't be as long for those watching on YouTube. Okay, let's see what the next part of this quest is. The return from the void. Concern is writ plain upon Barashan's face. Well, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting them to leave. Damn, dude, she looks like a vampire. We just, that we just discovered in some box. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the aether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. So it would be best to take her back with us to the source. There she would be guaranteed all she requires. We're going to take her with us. That'd be cool. Zero cannot give her consent, but it would seem we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here, defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. I like how nobody thinks that maybe she can't live in the other world. I mean, because we needed was it the warding scale just to be able to exist in this world? You would think something like that might apply to her, but in the opposite direction. Divinius, might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Oh, what happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. I'm gonna just keep pronouncing it that way even though it's wrong. Let her know when she wakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer so we have something to tell Zero if nothing else? Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Divinius? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. Let's see who this visitor is. Who could it be? Is it just going to be another monster? Oh yeah, okay, just another monster. I was thinking maybe some other human. The deserter Voidset. We're the ones who felled Barbarecia. I won't make trouble, I'll obey, so please, let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the archfiends are allowed into his domain. Wherever it is, none but they know. I see no better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staffs, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That'll be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied, so let us rejoin the others and head home. Yeah, I thought this one died. Or it definitely didn't come. I wonder if the ones that she killed came back to life because we killed her. Let's see. Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who will save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes. Or was it a she? I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or why I even wait. Could you be the hero, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him, or her. I'll just have to keep waiting. Is that the Warrior of Light that you see in all the the trailers for new expansions? Oh well, let's continue on. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, you're ready to depart. You will not be able to freely return to the 13th. Are you certain you wish to leave? I mean, I would assume that we could still do the dungeon or the trial, but other than that, I can't think of any reason why we need to come back here. So let's just get out. It was fun while it lasted. Back to Troya then, and that's home, and thence home. We're gonna leave the because one of them is who's carrying. Oh, because it's gonna be him that carries her. Well, better him than Y'shtola.
Ah, you're all safe. Thank the sisters. A moment while I close the gate.
How does he close the gate with that giant? Oh, I guess it just kind of knows what to do.
There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important?
With the stranger.
You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
I thought he'd be more concerned with the stranger, since we came out with a new person.
Indeed, you are right.
Now let's just forget that she might be dying. But, you know, whatever.
It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
It is Megaduta. I was almost positive I was pronouncing that wrong. Are these people? No, they are people. What spear is that? Oh, it's the Gale Bulg. Which one? Nexus Rep. That's the spear that is the one that she's using. That's the spear that you can make. That's a 640 item level. You can buy that spear on the auction house. And I spent all that time getting this Manderville spear. I like mine better anyways. And it's only a 645. Master Gamora, we have been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will show you to the guest chamber. Oh well. I like the way mine looks anyways.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
How's she going to accept it?
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether.
Oh yeah, it's just all around us.
Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
I guess I was right.
Need but wait.
Aether is food, not a currency.
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food.
Yeah, that is strange, considering she's part human. Was she just able to live off aether the whole time? No food,
I
no
know you
water?
promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
Well, I was hoping that we'd bring her back here. Hopefully she stays here. Much better than that other hellhole.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part Voidsent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is Voidsent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel. Were Zero wholly Voidsent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
I haven't spoken to Hydaelyn in a long time. I forget if she still exists. I have a feeling that she doesn't exist anymore.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself.
She probably exists in some way, though.
Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Well, that was after that long wait for the other quest we just did. This one was a pretty short one. Now this is just Savage Aim number 9. We really don't need it. I think the new one is Materia 10. Yep. Super short, just a 15-minute quest. I guess we'll move on to the next one in the next episode. Or next video, I suppose. Okay, let's see what we can do to help Zero. What's up, Y'shtola? A world with life, with light and life. Never one to remain idle, Y'shtola would tend to an errand. If I may excuse myself, I would wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales function admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. And I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I've learned, fighting Voidsent in the 13th. But have you, my friend, have you any immediate plans? Just worried about Zero. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Mehraed's Mehane and ask for suitable refreshments? Excellent. In the meantime, Nidhana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each tend to our respective business and reconvene anon. You would think that one of us should stay here, considering she's awakening in a different world. And isn't Nidhana like an elephant? That'd be wild. You imagine passing out on Earth and waking up in another world with elephants? I guess we're not too far away, though. Where is the nearest crystal? Come on, green chicken. Come with me. Keep up. Hopefully we get to see her wake up in this cutscene. I'm actually kind of curious what she has to say. Welcome to Mered's Mehane. Please make yourself comfortable. What? The guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger. Of course, I would be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. Your most expensive dish, just for good measure. Something light and refreshing like fruit, perhaps. A rich and hearty meal with plenty of meat. That's what I would go for. A modest quantity of living mortals' aether. I mean, it doesn't change anything. I'm gonna go with the meat. That might have been a funny line to say, though. While that might be perfect for an adventurer preparing to raid a treasure vault, I fear it would be too much for someone coming out of a long slumber. I would recommend something gentler on the stomach. I like these apples here. They just came in. I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. That's no fair. I don't know. I would have liked to wake up with a nice steak. Let's see if she's already awake. Freaking out in there. That's a pretty cool looking spear. Oh, that's not, oh, it's a staff. Everybody's got this gear that you can buy. I think this gear sells for a ton of money. Man, I really gotta get my discipline of hands up so I can make some money off of those. Welcome back, lest you worry. Mistress Nidhana has been taking good care of our guest. Will you be joining them now? Sure. Does that mean she's awake? I guess not.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here?
Funny that she even knows what an inn is. I wonder how long her world was covered in darkness.
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
Nope, the elephant. I'm telling you. I'd freak out too.
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
Some weird looking apples. Now he's back to his
took the
kid
liberty
form.
of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. But I suppose ether is ether.
Not what I was expecting.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
Which, now I really wonder how long she's been in darkness.
That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we Voidsent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
Oh, not what I was expecting.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
You know, maybe the lady at the restaurant was right. She doesn't even know what an apple is. I was gonna give her some meat and potatoes.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
Who would want to go back to that place?
It's fine. I have no reason to go back.
Who would?
Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet-Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
We should take her outside. That's what I would be doing.
I have a condition. You must come too.
I mean, I know why. Because this is our story, but I wonder what her reason is. Alright, we got more to this quest. Oh, I thought she was levitating for a second. You like my chicken, Zero? I just got him. The world is brimming with aether. I feel invigorated just standing in the breeze. Glad I am to hear that. So is there any place in particular you wish to see? I don't know what she would know about. Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It'll be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Mered's Mehane it is, then I shall introduce you to the head waitress. Milel. Varash and Zero are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side. Oh yeah, typical stuff. Alright. I suppose we could teleport there. Seems like there's no other place for us to have a nice little chat. Usually there's places on the way, but not this time. So let's just go straight here. Have our little chat. And I think when they first introduced this kind of, leading NPCs around, I could have sworn you could not teleport. This is the place. The air is different here. And I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Danish culture is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. I'm going to assume his dialogue is the same. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Merid herself, but Milel is more likely to be available. I guess it was a little different. But she's right there. Yeah, maybe she's busy. Welcome to Mered's Mehane. Greetings, Milel. And may I introduce you to Zero? She is an esteemed guest, and I ask you that you see to her meals during her stay. Yes. Mered has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. It was here that Divinius obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers? They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit the Bashan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. Yep, let's get it. Let's keep going. Looks like we're just going to take her around. Now, where do we go next? Oh, I should have done some of these quests. Now I don't really... Oh, I guess that's it right there. Okay, I guess we're just walking there. Not too far. See not in the circle? Oh, I didn't read that, damn it. This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Radset has served as a trading hub. And here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. Well, you knew their name, like maybe they're labeled. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment. I believe I shall bear this in mind. And nobody wants to get killed. With that, let us continue. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchimia. Oh, that's where Y'shtola is. I still wonder if people can see Zero, walking around with me. Probably not, or else I guess you would see people doing this quest all the time. I've never seen anybody, walking around with NPCs, but I suppose I haven't paid too much of attention. Why, Master Vitra? How may we serve you this evening? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Please take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. But you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and could always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time. And return to Megaduda. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Well, she's definitely, I wouldn't say rude. I'm gonna go with blunt. Definitely blunt. So let's see, is there anything in the way? Or else I'm gonna just straight up teleport there. Actually... yeah, let's just teleport there, but we gotta go to the main Aetheryte. I thought there was one in there, but I guess not. It's still pretty far away. Might as well walk to this one. Now, what is there to see here? I guess the plants? Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. I imagine you'd need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruit are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thavnerian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. It would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vitra and Divinius, too. Oh, it's that kid? Oh, no, someone else. If it isn't young Mirad, then that must be your sister Yashra. Is all well at the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency, the other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Instinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly? Instinian paid you a visit? That as well? Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with their language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with. Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? I mean, kind of. I mean, he probably saw us as a, I wouldn't say a friend, maybe a rival. Yeah, more or less. Let's just go more or less. Be funny. Even though we said the complete opposite. I see, but is having someone to play with so fulfilling? I still do not understand why. I mean, you asked us to come with you. Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. Oh, did he do that? I don't remember. Maybe that wasn't conveyed to us. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye, it was nice meeting you. Looks like we're done with this quest too. Yeah, a lot of these quests are getting kind of short now. Actually, no, about almost 30 minutes. Not too short, I suppose. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world, but the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's also strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But this feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. Yep, I knew she would have come to enjoy it. Another quest done. I wonder if we've made it into 6.3. Wouldn't be surprised if the end of the trial, or us leaving the void was the end of 6.2. Not really sure. Oh, actually, no, it would have told us, I think. It would have told us the name of the next one. So we're probably still in 6.2. Okay, I think maybe we can squeeze one more quest in. Got about 30 minutes on the stream. A lot of it was wasted, waiting in queue. Okay, so let's continue on with this tour. Buried Memory. A gentle smile plays on Barash's lips. Still can't pronounce his name, even though I've heard it a million times. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduda. Every time I say that name, I just want to say Megaduda. Every time. It just seems stupid. Oh, they're not following us anymore. You gotta be kidding me. They're following me the whole time, giving a tour around this place, and they couldn't wait for me just to make this little trip, which I'm still gonna teleport to. Welcome back, Master Gamora. Will you be heading to the guest chambers? I suppose. Not like I have another option. I wonder if he's going to show his dragon form.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
Let's turn on this. Hopefully I remember to turn it off when I have to read dialogue.
There's a lot of mortals.
Of course.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
I definitely want to know what's going on. Hopefully with some flashbacks.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
No, primals.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
You need to get back to Final Fantasy VII Core Reunion. Is that the phone game?
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria.
No, their own warrior of
My
light.
mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness.
Oh, that's the second part, right? That's the next one that comes out next year, right?
And so you were born part Void Sent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the
Or are you talking about
Memorials
Crisis
triumph?
4?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed.
Ah, they failed. Warriors of Darkness.
They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Void Sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
And you should definitely finish it. It's a good
Some
game.
defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality.
You're at level 99 already.
I was cast into the rift.
We could definitely finish
and
it
there
pretty
trapped
easy.
For what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition. Into the lightless waste you saw.
Wonder how much time it
So
lapsed.
that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured.
And that small smile there. I haven't seen her
We
smile
the
once.
lost are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
You can't beat Minerva. Oh, but I think that's an optional boss. I don't think I beat that boss, yeah. I kind of rushed through the story on that one.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
I would have loved an explanation. Although I think I remember what she's talking about. I wonder if she's going to mention the world of light that we saved.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th.
Her world seems a little past that, but maybe not.
Of
Maybe it's
course,
just
these are
different.
only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Azdaja. There is no reason not to try.
Damn, I need 99 Phoenix Downs for that fight. Seems like a pain. How long does that fight take to finish if you actually
Do you
finish
know?
it?
I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Ooh, that looks pretty good. All that delicious food, and she's sitting there eating an apple. I knew we should have gotten her the steak. That was a super quick. Now the quests are finishing these quests really quick. Now what's this? Ooh, I don't have that minion. I wonder where you can get this. It's a pretty cool looking minion. Although I would never trade my chicken. There were times when the void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lived. And it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to... Oh, damn it, I forgot to turn that auto advance off. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend. Your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Oh, that's interesting. What the hell is that? I'm just gonna let that thing... Nope. Alright, he's going after it at least. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you all at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed. That we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. And just like that, another quest done. You know, some of this food might be useful. I think I'll just take the money for now, though. You can always buy food. Or make it, I guess. Might not be maxed out with the culinarian, but... Well, I think I was in the mid-50s. Oh, meanwhile, elsewhere, probably Golbez with the last two archfiends.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
Hopefully they don't serve up the dragon to the other two archfiends.
It was no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them.
Yeah, I think fire's the next one.
In order to guarantee success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation.
Yeah, if any of the two archfiends are not going to get along, it's going to be the fire and the water.
Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike your lead, I have no patience for screaming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Oh, does that mean I could take them out both at the same time?
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
You would think Golbez would be interested in what his plan was. I guess maybe he'll tell him, but he won't tell us.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
Maybe not. You would think after...
Give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow.
You would think after two archfiends got demolished that he would kind of be curious about it.
Some excitement for a church.
I wonder if they're going to come to the source. If they even can.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps.
Yeah, he's gonna be a tough fight for sure.
The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
Oh, do you recognize him, Lightning Shot? He is a
Irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
he is a character in an old Final Fantasy game.
As I swore so long ago. The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled.
Yep, that's right. He's Cecil's older brother. Actually, now I wonder if we're gonna see Cecil. Or maybe we saw him in a previous cutscene. Into the Light. Oh, I think that actually might be the end of 6.2. Buried Memory. Yeah, I think that might have just been the end of 6.2. Void Bound. I'm guessing that's a title. Okay, and I think with that, I'm going to call it a night. It's getting kind of late for me. I've been staying up a little too late than usual. Been kind of messing with me. So I should probably take it a little easy. So I'm gonna head out. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully I can come on tomorrow, same time as usual. I definitely do want to get through this story as fast as possible. I've been hooked, but now I definitely want to see it. So thanks everybody for watching, and have a good night. Yeah, good night, Lightning Shot. Don't be sad. I'll probably see you fairly soon.